Good afternoon. It is great to be here. I hope you have a program in front of you. This is the last stop on our tour. We were in Madison on Sunday and then went south to Oregon, did a couple concerts those days. And then yesterday we were at Shoreland Lutheran High School, and then we went to Lombard, Illinois for an evening concert. So this is our last stop, headed back to Mankato. On the inside of your program, you can see the participants of this group, their majors, and the top right corner, that picture there is from our Christmas at Bethany performance this last December. And our program, we're not going to go in that program order. We'll omit a couple of selections due to time. So we're going to start with Ships of Ireland. So our next selection will be introduced by a music major who is in her final semester of study at Bethany Lutheran College. Yesterday, she, for the first time, met the students at Shoreland Lutheran High School, the faculty staff there. She will be the orchestra director at that school coming this fall. So please join me in welcoming Kaylin Lawson.
The Symphony No. 1 in D major by Gustav Mahler was composed between late 1887 and early 1888 and contains other works that Mahler had previously composed. This work premiered in Budapest in 1889 and was not well received, so many edits were made before its publication in late 1898. Mahler conducted more performances of this symphony than of any other of his previous works. This is the third movement of the theme from Symphony No. 1.
There's a couple components I'd like to highlight that's not in your program, and that is with this group, if this is their first year, second year, third year, or fourth year at Bethany, so would you just wave if this is your first year at Bethany? If it's your second year, third year, and fourth year. The other bit of information is when did they start playing the instrument that they have in front of them? Did you start playing in college? Raise your hand. Start playing in high school? In 5th through 8th grade? 4th grade or earlier? It's pretty cool. So our next selection is going to be Bach Gavotte, and this is from his cello suite that he wrote 300 years ago. We're going to bring it to life today. I'd like to share just a little bit more of a background about myself that's not present in the back page of the program. I attended a Christian day school, kindergarten through 8th grade in Scarville, Iowa. It was literally a one-room school. That was my training during those years. And then I went to a public school, 9th through 12th grade. And then I attended Bethany Lutheran College from 2003 to 2007 for my undergraduate training, then graduate school at Minnesota State University. So I have seen both sides of education, private education, public education. Maybe more than ever before, private education is so critical, and it is so amazing. The training that you are receiving here, and they didn't say something about this. This is just me sharing this with you, you know what I'm saying? It's really incredible what you have here. And admittedly, I have not been to this school before, but this is amazing. This space right here, and the hospitality of this school, this is really great. So I hope we can be back. We've got a great selection up for you next, featuring Madeline Halverson, and this is Invicta. I've got some program notes from the composer. Invicta is Latin for undefeated and unconquered, the composer writes. It represents that throughout recorded history, one thing remains undefeated, the strength of the human spirit and the capacity to not only survive, but to excel. Here's Invicta. We're going to have Kaylin return to conducting here for this next selection. I'll have her introduce it.
The Abduction from the Seraglio is an opera in 3 acts by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart about a young Spanish noblewoman who has been abducted by pirates, along with her English maid and her fiancé's valet. Once they land on the shores of Turkey, they are sold as slaves to the character Pasha Salem. The premiere took place in Vienna in the year 1782, and it was a huge success. So here is the overture to The Abduction from the Seraglio.
We have one final selection, and it is no surprise to any of us as to how challenging the last couple of years have been and continue to be. I wanted to share one hymn by Luther. And during his time, there were extraordinary events happening in the world. And the words written here, I think, hold true today. It's, Lord, keep us steadfast in thy word. And I'm sure you're well familiar with the hymn. Lord, keep us steadfast in thy word, curb those who fain by craft and sword would wrest the kingdom from thy Son, and set at naught all he hath done. Lord Jesus Christ, thy power make known, for thou art Lord of lords alone. Defend thy Christendom, that we may evermore sing praise to thee. O Comforter of priceless worth, send peace and unity on earth. Support us in our final strife, and lead us out of death to life. So we'd like to close with the doxology. We're going to play it twice. On the second time, if you would like to sing, you're more than welcome to Here's Doxology.
I'd like to thank the orchestra from Bethany Lutheran College. Give them one more big hand.